so very much for coming. Sorry we're a little late, but would have loved to be on time. I think there were a few other televised issues. First of all, let me introduce myself. I've known many of you over the last few years. My name is Sumit Ganguli. I'm the CEO with GAVS Technologies, and I have with me my colleagues. We have Narsima Shenoy, who is the CFO of the company. Balaji Uppili is our Chief Customer Success Officer, and we have Chandra Mauleshwaran. He is our Chief Innovator and Head of Infrastructure. And I'm based out of Princeton, New Jersey, and Balaji, Shenoy, and Chandra are based out of Chennai. One of the reasons I was very keen to have this discussion with some of you is a few things. Number one, it's been now 10 years I've been visiting Chennai, and so Chennai is very important for me. And something that as leadership we had committed that we will try and create a company which is slightly different in terms of professional services, which has become very common. And even so the largest of company are largely focused on professional services. And if you look at a country like Israel, which is such a small country which is plagued with so many issues, continues to fork out some very strong IP products, right from the Pentium chip to drip irrigation to checkpoint security products. So as a leadership, we had committed that we will build an organization which is IP-led, intellectual property-led, be a disruptive company, if required, cannibalize our own revenue to create a legacy for Chennai and India. And to that end, we're very proud that something that we've been talking to some of you for the last 2-3 years, we've built this product called GAVL, G-A-V-E-L. The name GAVL, of course, is the small instrument or the hammer that the judge uses, which is a very innocuous product, but is used to maintain control in a particular unruly jury room. So what we've gone ahead and done is we've created this product called GAVL, which is the flagship product of our zero incident framework. Some of you have spoken with, and I'll have Balaji and Chandra talk to you. But the objective is that we wanted to create a computer infrastructure for hospitals or for large publishing firms or for software companies where the computer infrastructure is trending towards a zero downtime or zero incident, and it is supported by AI engines. The other important thing that we'll be very proud to announce that it took us a lot of effort, but we were able to convince IIT Madras, their innovation center, led by 2 of their professors, to kind of have a formal arrangement with us. And the AI engine that we had built to build this predictive engine, the algorithm that we are using was influenced by these 2 professors. We are using reinforced learning, and that has directly influenced the efficacy of our predictions in the computer infrastructure area. So few things again to repeat. One, a Chennai-based company which has built an AI-based platform. It's now running at 7 large infrastructure enterprises around the world, a couple of them in India. We support banks, we support large healthcare providers and hospitals, large media publishing firms, and software product companies. The other important thing is we are actually using AI, and the engine was created in Chennai, and this was a very strong relationship between academics and industry. And finally, what as a company we are trying to do is be genuinely driven by some values: respect, integrity, trust, and empathy, And to that end, we are very humbled that the Dream Runners half marathon in Chennai has been rated actually number 2 or number 3 half marathon in India. And we've had the honor to be one of their supporters and sponsors for the last 3 years. We are also working on supporting a sustainable village, one of the poorer villages in India. And we are also in discussions with one of the larger clubs in Chennai to try and see if we can do more local CSR. We would welcome all of you to visit us sometimes at our facility in OMR, trying to build a very different kind of company. And I think you'll hear more about us going forward. And someone did remind me that I had committed that we will be around 200 million over 3 years. We still feel that organically and inorganically, within the next 12 to 18 months, we will be at around 100 plus million. And the other important thing that I am very proud of, that based on the AI product that Chandra and Balaji and their team have been able to develop, and based on the financial transparency that Shenoy, Manu and others have done, we've got 2 very sophisticated and well-known private equity that have invested in our general partners. So we are owned by a private equity firm called Basil Partners. And Basil Partners in turn have been able to bring on board 2 limited partners, Committed Advisors, which is north of 1 billion euro fund out of France, Singapore and Australia, and NewQuest Capital, which was created in Hong Kong by a divestiture of Bank of America Merrill Lynch. They've come on board, and we have another very reputed fund that have also come with them. So that is again a testimony to the IP that has been created and the projections that we are making. So we are again very proud that we've brought on board, of course, Rajiv Srivastav is our chairman. He's also the executive chairman of Basil Partners. And we have 2 board members, Shoma Ghoshal Dasdar and Sameer Kanwar, who also come on board as our board members. And what we've also done is we are really internationalizing the company. We have a gentleman called William Ametti, who was the COO of Depository Trust and Clearing Company. And he likes to mention that almost 1.24 trillion dollars of settlement in the Wall Street used to be done by DTCC. So Bill Ametti, a gentleman called Joe McCoy, who's again built a number of products, a lady called Kerry Hoffman, Arup Gupta, who was ex-president of TCS America. They are also an advisor to me and to the company. And I've mentioned to you the board of directors. So there is a lot of governance and transparency that's come into the organization, and we're very bullish about this. Balaji?
Thank you. My name is Balaji. Take care of delivery and customer success as we now transformed our organization into. Just extending to what Sumit said, I think the 2 or 3 key points. One is we really want to change the way operations are done in our customer enterprises based on AI, artificial intelligence, smart machines, analytics, automation. And that's the key driver in anything and everything we do with our customers. That's the only way we can actually delight them, make their unplanned or planned outages or downtimes to be reduced, and more importantly, delight their end users. And this cuts across all the industries: healthcare, banking, financial, government services in the Middle East, media publishing houses, manufacturing companies. That's number 1. Number 2, we want to progressively keep enriching the algorithms and the underlying logic in those platforms. That's where the combination of academics from IIT Madras as well as good guidance from the likes of Gartner, Microsoft and others is helping us to further enrich that. To the extent, it's unbelievable, but what has happened is in some of our customer engagements, the cost of running some of the monitoring solutions or day-to-day operations has come down at least by 50% than what it was before the platform was introduced. That's a significant benefit to the end customer. And lastly, I think while we make this journey towards a IP and a technology led, we continuously want to be humble and have the humility in us to further learn, give an ambience of great workplace to our colleagues, and more importantly, have customers fascinated by something we can really disrupt and delight them. If AI can change operations, it can change a lot more in the mankind, and that's where I think we are working towards. We are actually fastly heading towards, like what Sumit alluded to, moving away from the regular traditional way of writing algorithms in AI, being more pattern driven and learn from the system and the enterprise rather than make it foolproof driven by only humans. So the whole smart machine concept, AI, is now mainstream at GAVS. And we are embarking on some very rigorous implementations in very large publishing houses, aircraft manufacturers, and healthcare companies worldwide. We operate across North America, Middle East, and in the India market, and everywhere there's an appetite for such a thing. And we are proud that some of the solutions have also been recognized, as you can see some of the collateral, by the likes of Gartner, Everest, and others. And to my right is our head of infrastructure and innovation, and he will talk to you a little more about what this product means and how does it really help our customers. Thank you.
My name is Ganguli, sir. I head the intellectual property creation for GAVS Technologies. When we came out with this zero incident framework 3 years ago, the industry was not used to this kind of thinking. The zero defects was more confined to the software development and maintenance. In the IT infrastructure management space, no one was thinking about this zero incident. So in that way, this is a clear disruptor. And having decided that we should drive the organization towards zero incident, we felt a need of an artificial intelligence-based platform. It was 3 years ago. At that point of time, there was not much products or tools about artificial intelligence. And we were one of the first to come out with an artificial intelligence platform. This engine sees the environment like a human, thinks like a human, feels like a human, and actually takes a decision like a human, what is happening in the environment. It is very difficult for a human to sit in the entire network and see each device, each performance metric, and then decide whether this is going to affect or not. So this has the capability of finding out, even if one of the performance in one server is behaving abnormally, what is the effect of that in the business in terms of whether that application would be performing fine or not. It was able to give that. This we have been running in 7 to 10 organizations, and we are able to reduce the noise in the organizations by 50%. And reduce their impact, increase their uptime by 50% more, and increase the user experience by 30 to 40%. That's the power of this artificial intelligence platform. Now, coming back to this artificial intelligence and prediction, somewhere down the line we felt that the power of the engine is entirely depending upon the kind of data that we feed into this engine. And then we felt a need for generating our own tool to generate the data from the environment. So we have come out of our own tool which generates the data that captures the health of the environment, each application, each server, each component in the server, and that is fed into this GAVL, the AI platform, and which was helpful for GAVL to predict accurately and help the IT managers and CEOs to act in time before that incident actually happens.
My name is Chandramouli. I lead intellectual property creation for GAVS Technologies. We have developed a framework called Zero Incident Framework, which drives the organizations towards zero incident, which means that the users who are working on their computers, desktops and laptops will continue to work without any problems in their desktops and laptops. What it means is that the applications that are running in the data center will continue to run without any incidents. And what it means to the business is that the business will run without any impact. And this drives the organizations towards zero incident enterprise. And the core of this framework is the artificial intelligence that we have brought in. this artificial intelligence thinks like a human and understands the environment in 1 day to 15 days, depending upon the size and complexity of the environment, and predicts few actions so that the IT managers and CIOs be prepared to remedy that problem and then make sure that the incidents do not occur and keep the applications running without any interruptions. So that's the thesis of zero incident enterprise. And in the process, we not only read the data that is generated in the organization, we also generate the data that will be useful for this artificial intelligence operations platform to understand the environment better and predict well in advance, and making those predictions very rich and useful and relevant.
My name is Balaji Uppali. I'm the Chief Delivery and Customer Success Officer for GAVS. We're based in Chennai, where we're doing a lot of transformative and IP creation. We are in partnership with the IIT Madras to build some of the world-class leading algorithms, which are part of our zero incident framework. We look at building the algorithms in using machine learning and natural language processing. The idea is that we are able to bring down the cost of running the operations in our customer engagements, and we are also becoming more predictive in the way the enterprises perform. So it's more proactive and predictive is the key thesis. Innovation is what is required in trying to build some of these products. We are able to bring a lot of efficiencies by bringing down costs by around 50-60% to our customers, by increasing the productivity by 40 to 50% of the times. And this is possible because we built in pattern-based algorithms covering artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data, unstructured data, and natural language processing. And we are continuously enhancing this because it's being reviewed and audited by IIT Madras, Gartner, and Microsoft. And we now rolled out to global customers across North America, Middle East, and India. We continuously harness this algorithm, and we are building algorithms which are really world-class. The primary platform being Hadoop and Solar and R, but more importantly, it's a business value which the customers are seeing because of the UI, UX, the user experience which the customers have. Additional to the operational efficiencies, we also capture user experience and drive the end user experience and satisfaction to higher levels. Thank you. That's the thesis.